Hey guys, Zach here, and this is going to be a quick video on how to get out of swimming in goop. One of my mentors once told me most people spend their life swimming in goop. What the hell does that mean, swimming in goop? What are you talking about goop for? The good opinion of other people. Most people spend their life swimming in goop, wanting to get liked by other people, and I've spent a majority of my life, all my high school years, I just wanted to be liked by certain people. I just wanted Jackie to love me. I just wanted Jack to be my friend. I just wanted, Susie to approve of me. But the reality is, none of those people are actually thinking about you. All we go through our lives thinking about, all these people are thinking about us, but the reality is they're not thinking about us. That's the reality of it. Because I've heard once someone say, people don't care enough about you to bother to even give an opinion. Why? Because they're too busy being worried about what you're thinking of them. We're all human beings. And one thing I've realized on my journey of self-development, self-improvement and stuff like that is everyone's focused on themselves. If you want to talk to someone, make them feel good about themselves, just talk about them. You're your favorite person to talk about. If you were to talk to someone, what are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about yourself. Mostly. Most people like talking about themselves because most people are just like, yeah, this is what I do. This is what I do. Listen to people's language. They talk about I did this. Yeah, but I think this. It's all about me. And when you really realize that, every single person's going through the same thing. So what you're thinking is the same of what Alfred's thinking. What you're thinking is the same of what Jackie's thinking. It's all the same. We're all human beings. We want to feel significant. We want to be loved. And when you realize this, no one really cares because I see so many people enslaved to what people think about them. I've seen people before, not even be able to go out of their house saying like, no, I just want to be really, really certain. And I'm like, what's going to happen if you go out of your house? Just leave your house. Leave your house, go out, express yourself, connect with people. And they're just like, no, I can't. Because they're thinking like, oh, well, what happens if people are going to judge me? Do you know what? No one's going to judge you because no one cares. And that might be like hitting your ego. What? No one cares. But when you really realize no one cares, you can express yourself and you can be who you want to be. Because I could run outside right now in the middle of Melbourne and start chanting out, I'm the greatest ever. I'm the greatest ever. And people are like, this guy's crazy, right? But what's going to happen to their mindset? Are they really going to be thinking about this tomorrow? I can't even remember what happened yesterday. If I really focused on it, I could, but I'm not going to be really focused. I see crazy things all the time going down Melbourne. You're just like, oh, that's just stupid. You kind of make a judgment. But the reality is we forget about it tomorrow because our mind is distorting. It's deleting everything that's coming in. It focuses on what you think's important, and what you think's important is yourself. What everyone thinks is important themselves. Everyone focused and obsessed with themselves. If we got a picture of me and you right now, and I showed you the picture, you would look at yourself. We're obsessed with ourselves. So if you really want to get out of the good opinion of other people, you've got to realize right now, no one cares enough about you but you. No one cares about you as much as you do. And when you realize that, you're like, cool, now I can express myself because Danny or Jack's not even going to judge me. Because if I think they're judging me, that's a mirror reflection of me judging myself. And that's my insecurities coming out. And I see people all the time with insecurities like, I got a big nose, I got my teeth are crooked, all this stuff. And they just beat themselves up like that. But the reality is, it's just like this. I buy a new top and I'm like, everyone's going to judge me on my top. I want people to look at my top and realize I got a new top. But the reality is no one even cares. No one cares if you got a new top. No one cares that your nose is big. No one cares that maybe your nose is like that. We're not that self-focused. But if we're focused on ourselves all the time, if we're looking at ourselves in the mirror and realize, I just wish I had a better nose, this, you're going to be so obsessed with that. But you know what? The person over here is not obsessed with it. Only you're obsessed with it. When you can realize that, you're so much freer. My life changed when I realized no one actually cares about what I do. No one actually cares and makes a judgment saying, no. Because you know what? Everyone's focused on themselves. When you realize that, you can live your life freeing. You don't have to worry anymore about what anyone thinks about you. You don't have to hold yourself down, speak quieter in case someone thinks you're speaking too loud, whatever it is. All you've got to do is express yourself and be yourself. Because it comes back to loving yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone if you love yourself. When I started loving myself and when I fell in love with myself, I didn't really need approval from others. I didn't need someone to say good job because I give myself that praise. If you give yourself praise, you don't need it from anyone else because you give it to yourself. What's something that you love about yourself right now? What's something that if you really focus on right now, you could say, I love that about me. This is a step to even break out of that, the good opinion of others. I even said someone come to me and like, you know what, I hate my body. And I said, you know what? Start saying to yourself you love your body. What do you hate about it? I don't know. I've got this part of my lower stomach that sticks out. I'm like, I want you to say you love that about yourself. What could that be as a jokey, funny thing that you could say instead of having a negative association to it? You say, oh, well, I got a little Pumba gut. And I'm like, cool, say that. Say you got a little Pumba gut. And you're like, yeah, I got a little Pumba gut. And guess what? They're smiling, thinking their gut, smiling, thinking their gut, smiling, thinking their gut. And no longer it has power over you. Because what you're focusing on about yourself triggers off, I'm not good enough, I'm a fake, I can't do this, I'm not worthy, all these things, where the reality is you were born good enough. 400 million to 1 and you show up and you're telling me you're not good enough. If you look at the biology of how you were born, it takes a sperm and an egg. There's about 50, if we look under a microscope, there's 50 little suckers and 1 is chosen. If it was 2 minutes later, you wouldn't be here. And you're thinking you're not good enough. And when you realize you already are enough and no one cares as much about you as you do, you can enjoy your life and know that. You know everyone's stuck in goop. Most people are stuck in goop. I can't do something because this person's going to judge me. I'm going to do it because I love it. I'm going to do it because I can be myself and live whatever I want to live. Because the thing that I realized is I used to study people on their deathbed. And when you study people on their deathbed, there was always one phrase that someone always said. A nurse would ask all the patients, and I read up this thing on the internet, and the nurse would say, what's one thing that you would give every single person living through your life? And the one common pattern with so many people that were just about to pass in this world was, I wouldn't have cared about so much what people thought about me. I wouldn't have cared so much because I spent my life worrying about what all these people were thinking when the reality is no one even was thinking about me. It's crazy, isn't it? When you realize that, you can enjoy your life right now, and whatever you want to do, you can do it. If you want to put videos out online, just do it. I see so many business owners not doing it. Just like, I'm scared about what people think. They didn't think. They were too busy thinking about what you were thinking of them. It's crazy. But if you can express yourself completely, you can be a shining light for others. Ever since I started making videos a few years ago, it allows other people to do the same. And they're more inspired, because what right does anyone have if you're putting out quality information online, really just expressing yourself really? What right does someone have saying, you can't say that, you can't say that? That's their insecurities coming out. It's crazy. And do you know what? I love it when I hit people's insecurities and they come out. Because you know what? It allows them to change. And people say, do you know what? I don't have a right to talk about that with them. You absolutely have a right. No one else has a right more than you have a right. No one has control over you. No one. You control you. If you wake up every day being you every day, that is good enough for everyone. I love when people are themselves. I love when people are happy and excited. That's their real self. If someone's real happy and excited, that's their real self. That allows me to smile at them. That allows me. If you're walking down the street and you saw someone smiling and happy, would you be like, oh, that person's, more attractive, more happy, more cooler, more intriguing than someone's like, they're depressed. They're holding it in. Depressed instead of express. Make your choice right now on who you want to become and get out of swinging goop. I'm giving you permission right now to express yourself completely, love yourself completely, and wake up every day like it's the last day on earth. Boom!